Well, it's so bad for the economy, but the
The
economy
death
is...
toll here in the U.S. has now risen to more than 51,000.
Angry at China? Well, the answer might very well be a very resounding yes, but it depends. Was it a mistake that got out of control, or was it done deliberately?
The Chinese Communist Party, and they are knowingly responsible for what happened. This is an act of commission. They knew, as a matter of fact, it was Joe Biden that took the side of the Chinese Communist Party. He was a useful idiot for the Chinese Party at the highest level. He is personally compromised by the Chinese Communist Party.
So the question for all of us is that Trump has a certain number of supporters. We know that. And amongst those supporters, I don't know how many there are of those supporters who believe that this is a coronavirus hoax and that we all need to just go back to work and get on with our lives and treat this like we treat every flu season, that some people might get it. We try to save who we can. And yes, some people are going to die. Some people who are elderly and are inhibited with all kinds of other problems are not going to make it. It's just one of those things that happens. It's life. Life is birth, it's living, and it's death. And that's what happens. That's what occurs. But then there are going to be some people who are Trump supporters, avid Trump supporters, who are paranoid. And they listen to the doctors, and they're listening to these medical reports. And even worse, they're listening to the media and reading these numbers that are, in my opinion, are lies, outright lies. But they also support the President of the United States. How are those people going to come over and say, you know what, it's okay to go outside the house now. It's okay to go back to work. It's okay to go to the ball game. It's okay to send my kid to school. How are those people going to bring themselves to that point, to join the President of the United States in bringing the economy back? And I do believe the economy will come back. It will come back and it will roar back. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to is once this thing is all over, and it might take a year, it might take even 2 years or 3 years, but it's going to come back and it's going to be double or triple. I believe what the president says. It's going to be double or triple of what it is now, but it's going to take a long time. But the longer we're closed, the longer we're shut down, the longer we're buying into these lies that the Democrats are feeding us or the media, the longer we're going to be drilling things into the ground, the longer we're going to be plowing our economy under, and the longer it'll take to get out of this. We've already done enough damage that, in my opinion, the very minimal amount it's going to take 9 months of growth to bring us back maybe to where we were before this crash, before this shutdown. And so after we were infected, what happened after that? Well, at first, a lot of us didn't even know we were infected. We had a cold or whatever. We heard about the infection coming our way because it was making its way through China. A lot of dead Chinese, a lot of infected Chinese, and we were told that it's coming this way, and there were little rumblings about it. In fact, the first guy I heard talking about this was Styx Hexenhammer. I listened to the guy, and he's pretty good. I like him. He looks like a long-haired hippie. He could pass for Jesus, but he's I won't say he's right-wing. He's a libertarian. Anyway, he's got a YouTube channel. It's a really good channel, and he's very bright. But he's the first one that started talking, that I remember talking, about the coronavirus, or what I call, and what my president is calling, the Chinese flu, which is a much better name. We heard about it coming our way little by little through the news. And we started to listen to this rumblings. And then all of a sudden, people started to get sick. And all of a sudden, seemingly overnight, we were told that this is a pandemic. This is a pandemic of flu that we can't fight. And the only way to fight it is to shut everything down. And we all sat there and said, what do you mean shut everything down? We don't shut anything down. We don't shut anything down for anything. I mean, we shut down for 9/11 for about 3-4 days, I think, and then everything was back up running. But that was an attack. Just like after Pearl Harbor, we shut down for a short time, a very short time. In fact, it only took Congress about 48 hours to declare war on Germany and Japan. Here's the deal. And then the news started giving us the numbers. The numbers grew and grew, and they keep growing. And they keep talking about the numbers of infected, the numbers dead. And there are a lot of people dead. I'm not doubting this. When I say that the coronavirus is a hoax, I don't mean that there is no virus. I don't mean that there's nobody suffering from it. I'm not saying that nobody has died. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that it's not a virus like the Spanish flu was a virus, like the avian flu was a virus, or like the swine flu was a virus. What I'm saying is this was a planned attack a planned attack not just by the Chinese, but the cabal that runs these different nations. They keep feeding us these numbers. And what do these numbers mean? And to tell you the truth, I don't believe the numbers. Now, I'm not saying that the people haven't died. I'm not saying that people aren't infected. I'm not saying that people aren't in the hospital from this. But I don't believe the amount of numbers they're feeding us. Now, stop and think about this. The media lies to us all the time. They've been lying to us forever. They've been lying to us even back in World War I. The media lied to us. The media lied to us back in World War I about the Spanish flu. Why do we even call it the Spanish flu? We call it the Spanish flu because the Spanish were neutral during the war. The Spanish were reporting their casualties, they're infected. And people were reading that and finding out, oh, there's a Spanish influenza going on. And so people, I guess, thought that it started in Spain. It didn't. It started in the Midwest. The media lied to us about the Spanish flu. The media lied to us about many things. In the 1920s and the 30s, the 40s, the media lied to us about the 1960s. Remember the Vietnam War? The media lied to us all the time about the numbers, about the people who were dying, about what was going on. The government lied to us. The government lies to us all the time. The media lies to us all the time. So let me ask you this question, and I want you to think about this very carefully. Why all of a sudden do we believe the media? Out of the blue, the media is all of a sudden decided to tell us the truth. Or rather, we the American people have all of a sudden decided that the media is on top of things and the media is being honest to us. Really? Are we that naive to believe that the media wouldn't lie to us, wouldn't bend the numbers? And maybe a lot of, I'm not saying that all of the media is in the cabal. They're all sitting around a table saying, okay, what are these numbers going to be today? But I believe that guys like Rush Limbaugh and Mark Levin have pointed out many times in their shows how there's talking points, and the talking points show up at CNN, and the same talking points show up at MSNBC and ABC and CBS, and yes, sometimes even Fox News. Now, Fox News, I think, is more of the honest of the media, but still, it's the media. The media lies. The media is coerced by the government, and they're given their talking points. Wherever these numbers are coming from, I don't know. I don't believe the media is just making up whatever numbers. I think they're being fed to the media by the cabal, whoever the cabal is, or as I call them, the puppet masters. The puppet masters are feeding the media these numbers, and we are scared. You see, when American people become scared, they become compliant, they become kind, giving, understanding, and believing. Because we want to be a trustworthy people. We want to believe that our country is superior to most. And it is. The United States is superior to most because, I mean, if our government lies to us, can you imagine how other governments lie to their people? I mean, the Chinese are despicable as a country, as a government. All communists, the Russians, lie to their people. The Germans lie to their people. The English, even the English, lie to their own people, the Commonwealth. And so why do we believe that the American government wouldn't? Oh, because it's under our Constitution, because we have elected officials, because we have elected officials in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, and our president. Now, I do believe that our president, I believe that this is one of the only presidents that we've had.
And we will make America great again. God bless you and good night. I love you.
That and Ronald Reagan, and maybe a few others like Calvin Coolidge. I liked Calvin Coolidge. I liked the hell out of Calvin Coolidge. But why would we believe that just because Donald Trump is a good man, that all men in the House of Representatives, all men in the Senate, all the men in the judiciary are good men? They're not. There is a cabal. There's puppet masters at hand. And they have bought and sold through K Street most of our politicians. They are the puppet masters. They control everything. But they don't control us. That's the thing. The puppet masters want control over us. So where does this leave us? This leaves us right now in fear. We're in fear of this invisible virus that threatens our lives, that threatens our parents, our children, our aunts, our uncles, our our wives, our husbands, our society. And we're, at the moment, sort of stunned into this fear to where we're all compliant. We're all distancing ourselves when we go to the grocery store. We're distancing ourselves when we go into society, when we have to go. But we're told to stay home. We're told to spread apart from each other. Now stop and think about this for a second, just on this note. They don't want us talking amongst each other. They don't want us gathering in a group, because if we gathered in a group, we might discover that there's not as many sick people as they're telling us. The numbers aren't exactly what we've been fed, that what currently we're believing. And the thing is, we're checking the numbers every day along with the weather. Is it going to rain today? I don't know. But did you see how many died yesterday? Yeah, I saw that. But I think we got a 30% chance of rain. That is exactly what we're doing right now. We're scared because the media has scared us. And what are we doing when we're at home? What are we doing trapped in our houses? What are we doing when we're at home on our computers doing some work that has been assigned to us, those who can work from home? A lot of people have been laid off. But what are we doing? We're turning on TV. We're watching Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. And what are they doing? They're giving us more numbers. All of the talk, all of the news, all of the time is about the corona, the corona, the corona. And what are we to do with that? Whereas some of us believe this is a hoax, like myself and my fellow cigar smokers. We believe that not a hoax that there isn't a disease, but we believe that the whole basis of this, the whole premise of everybody go home, everybody shut everything down, shut the businesses down, don't go out to eat, don't go to any ball games, cancel the ball games, cancel the graduation, cancel the school, everybody stay home. And we bought into this. And along with this comes Congress that says, oh, don't worry, we'll save the day. We'll do one stimulus package after the next. We so far have had 3 stimulus packages, and now they're talking about a 4th one. If you like this show, then you like all the shows we have on Barbed Wire Strategy, because we have travel shows and we have politics shows and we have the cigar shows, and I personally love the cigar shows. But join us next time on Barbed Wire Strategy, and don't forget to subscribe and like. And you need to subscribe because subscribers are harder to come by than hen's teeth. Help me and the Donald out and subscribe and like our channel. And also, don't forget to eat your Lucky Charms. They're good for you, they've got lots of vitamins and minerals, and they're hard to get, especially in the coronavirus thing. And also remember, every now and then we take a call from the President of the United States or the Queen of England. Oh, here's the President now. Hey, listen, I'll talk to you later. We'll see you on the next Barbed Wire Strategy.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you doing?
How are you? How you doing? Okay?
Just fine.
You see what's going on now? You're not going to be forgetting about this. We closed things up. We had no choice.